Make chicken and dumplings thicker. Chicken and dumplings is a certified comfort food combination for most people. But most of the time, you do not have a way to make that perfect bowl of chicken and dumplings, or worse, you are nearly there but there is just something missing in the pot. This article will lend you tips and suggestions on how to make that yummy bowl of soup even more satisfying and memorable by making it thicker. Follow the tips listed below and acquire the items from the ingredients list. Enjoy. Thickening by means of cornstarch. There are many ways to thicken your soup. One of the most effective ways is by adding cornstarch to your soup. You can do this by dissolving 2 to 3 tablespoons, depending on the amount of your chicken stock, of cornstarch in milk. If you do not have milk with you, plain water should suffice. Note that cornstarch will not dissolve in warm water, so be sure that you are dissolving it in at least lukewarm water. Make sure that the cornstarch is completely dissolved before you add it to your soup. You can add some more dissolved cornstarch depending on how thick you want your soup to be. Thickening by means of flour. If you do not have access to cornstarch, you can use all-purpose flour as a substitute. Just remember that flour does not dissolve in cold water, opposite of the cornstarch. Same procedure should apply. Take care to fully dissolve it before adding to your soup so that there will be no lumps of flour floating around. Cornstarch will lend a slight sheen to your soup, similar to how oriental dishes look, while the flour will not give it that kind of sheen. Use depending on your preference. Thickening by means of adding more dumpling paper. If all else fails and you do not have both cornstarch and flour, you can still thicken your soup by adding more dumpling paper, even if they are not wrapping something. The starch coating the wrapping paper will help the sauce thicken. Letting your soup boil. All the additional thickening agents will not be on full effect until you boil your soup on medium heat for 3 to 4 minutes, stirring occasionally as you go so that they do not settle and burn at the bottom of your pan. Your soup should have a thicker consistency than water, but at the same time, should be easy to slurp. If you want a thicker and at the same time, creamier soup, then you should add a cup of full cream to your soup. Again, let it boil for a few minutes before serving so that the flavors and texture would mesh together well. Remember that your soup should not be too thick, or else it will be like you will be eating pudding. It is always easier to add more starch to your soup than to take away or water down your product. Constantly taste your soup if you need to adjust the seasoning with the introduction of the thickening agents. Happy eating!